don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Welcome to MTGV Crime Podcast.
This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete, you better believe. Just so you know we on go, for those that's taking these souls, we know, but it's getting so out of control. Just so you know we on go, for those that's taking these souls, we know, but it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV, True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man. Team Vaughn, Miss V. And make sure you hit that like button.
Shout out to everybody in the building.
And make sure you leave a comment too. Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great day today. What's today? Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm a little disgusted, y'all, a bit emotional, but we gonna get through this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please drop down and let me know who's here. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. And if for whatever reason y'all can't hear me, please let me know. Justice for Javion. I am very upset right now. Welcome in, Mob Ties. Welcome in, Street Angel and Fierce Fighter. Woo! Justice for Javion. So, I know y'all heard the witness come forward. I mean, he didn't come forward. He was talking to Taylor on the phone. And I heard a lot of selfishness in that phone call. I'm like, whew. You know, one of the things that blew me away in the beginning, oh my God, y'all. It's just really sad, you know, that people are so very selfish. They don't care about nobody but theyself. You know, just to hear that man talk and how he was so concerned about, you know, Quentin, and how he said that Quentin's birthday was that day. Javion's birthday was the day that he was in the casket. So I'm just looking at this like, wow, like, when I found out it was Javion's birthday that they had to bury him on, it broke my heart. Like, the same day he was born is the same day they lay him to rest. Like, that's devastating. But we heard this man talking about Quentin's birthday. Quentin is still alive, you know, but I heard some displaced anger too. Like, first of all, they got set up just like Javion was set up, is what it sounds like to me. Hold on. But it's easier to be mad at another black man than to be mad at the people that really did it. You know, is slavery over? Because this remind me of the plantation. Even though I wasn't there, I could just imagine how it was, you know. It's really sad, man, that one thing that I said, I don't believe that everybody is corrupt. I believe that it's people in high places. So everywhere that Javion had to go, the person that was doing it had to be crooked, right? There's no way around that. There's no way. But this started with the 911 call. I mean, it started according to the 911 call. Y'all know we heard it. Like they said that some guys cutting the grass found him. One of the things that was interesting, I mean, like everything on that call was just like, wow. But hold on. I said this in the beginning. I was like, how did they not see him? Because you can see through that gate, right? You can see through that gate. I said, how did they not see him if they opened at 8 o'clock and Javion wasn't found until 10? So I don't know if y'all caught it, but the guy that Taylor was talking to, which is Quentin's boss, from my understanding. Quentin works for this lawn service, and it sounds like this was the guy who owns it, because he was so concerned about his business and all of that stuff, right? Sounding just like them. That's all they care about is their business for real. Forget about the 21-year-old that did not deserve to be lied on. Everything that he was trying to protect Quentin from, they putting it on Javion, but don't nobody seem to care about that. But we supposed to care about them. Wow, like everything that he's saying, they doing it to Javion, down to his birthday. That's why, man, I feel like this guy, man, somebody got to go down for this. The people who did this, the people that covered it up, it's a lot of people in this thing. Like, this is just like, it make you just want to give up on humanity. Like, where's all the good people at in the department? If they can pull this off, and we know this ain't the first time. Wow. It's one thing to think something. And really, it's one thing to think something and really feel it in your heart versus somebody saying it out of their mouth. And this man told us what really happened, whether he knew what he was saying or not, that he was telling the world that this is what happened to him and y'all seen it. So it had to be a conversation. I just want to know, what was that conversation? How did they get this all together? Everybody to agree one way or the other. In an investigation, they are supposed to get statements from the witnesses and the people. Yeah, the witnesses, the people that found them and all of that. So what was their statements? What did they say? I can't help but think about Malcolm in this. Malcolm told Taylor that they were shocked. They thought he was drunk. They was trying to wake him up. I see. When I first imagined how this was, I didn't picture them finding him by cutting the grass on the other side of the fence. But that's what he said. He said he wouldn't have been found because don't nobody go back there. We was back there inside the gate cutting the grass and seen him. So like I said, whether somebody go back there or not, this is open back here, and somebody should have seen him before 10 o'clock. But we already know. They set these guys up because it would be better for somebody else to find them and not the actual people that did it. But the 911 call told a whole story. It told us everything on the call. This man was so confident that he said this man did this to himself. I mean, he said it twice in the beginning, a couple times at the end. He said it. And he said HUNG. He didn't say sitting at the base of the tree. So when did the story change? Like, because the sheriff said he was sitting down, you know, and we knew that this stuff didn't sound right, but to hear this man say, you know, speak about the bruises and stuff, I'm trying to figure out, how was he sitting? Was he turned the other way towards the gate? Because they could see that he was he had bruises on him. And y'all heard how the man described him. I mean, a dog fight for real. Not nothing light. It's something that you could see. One thing that I'm wondering, what did Javion have on? I mean, the parents, they can answer this too. I'm curious. What did he have on? Because if all this stuff happened, which we believe that it did, what did his shirt look like? You know, did they change his clothes? I'm really curious right now. Because I promise you, I never heard them say that he had on black and white shorts. I only heard black. And the figure that's on the ground looked like it's just black. So I'm wondering, what did he have on? Did he really have on the same thing that he had on in Walmart? Because how is that possible? How? How could he have on the same shirt? I mean, but I guess if everybody dirty is doing the picking up, you know, they wasn't worried about it. They could just say anything and it didn't matter. But where is his clothes? Because I did hear his parents say that, I mean, his clothes wasn't on the, you know, it ain't on the police report, and I'm sure they don't have them. So, you know, yeah, this is just, I am just disgusted. Wow. Wow. He cared about his business, you know, what his friend is going through. You know, he's traumatized, and you know, I mean, he's seen it too. I don't know if he's traumatized by what he's seen, but he sure seemed confident that he was brutalized basically. But I still wonder, which way was he sitting though, for them to see his face through that gate, because that will be the gate, right? So this is the gate. And he said nobody go back there. So I'm trying to figure out who cut the rest of the grass. Because he says something like, you know, they cut inside the gate. Hold on. I'm going to just go to that part, because that part really stuck out to me. But if y'all did not see this video, you definitely got to go check it out. It just disgusted me. He said that the man couldn't work no more because people think he did it, which people are stupid because nobody said that. But what about Javion? He was at work. He was working. It was his birthday coming up. He had plans. You know, like they don't care about none of that though. Just so concerned about self. Somebody gotta care. So I'm gonna play this part because I wanted to remember exactly what he said about cutting the grass.
I never said nothing. Just left him there. We just left.
No, he didn't know. He was going to be fair. And he said the threats and the trauma that he's going through. Meaning, what? Who's threatening him? Only people who are threatening him are the people who had something to do with Javion being beat like that and being found like that. That is the only people who is threatening him. And as I mentioned, if Quentin don't find him, somebody else is going to find him. And maybe that somebody else will be more forthcoming.
Somebody definitely would have found him. But see, that's the thing. They didn't want to be the ones to find him. So let's set these guys up. Let them be the ones to find him. And then we come out and act like we're shocked. Don't know who he is. What happened. Like, come on, man. Come on.
I'm saying, okay, yeah, we you know, we know we know that it ain't like y'all saying it is. Regardless of who found him, if Quentin would have just walked away, I mean, the next person that would found him, actually, the one article said the owner found him. So which one is? Like, there's a whole bunch of in truth to that.
The owner didn't find him.
All right, okay.
If we wasn't cutting grass that day, nobody would have found him because nobody goes back that far. We go back there to cut that grass on the inside the fence. That's how he saw him on the outside the fence.
That's the part I'm talking about. So who cut the grass? Who cut the rest of the grass then? And how long did they stick around? Did they stick around for statements from the police? Did they get a witness statement? Because I'm interested to know. What did they say? Because that's part of the investigation. We seen that the grass got cut. So at what point do they go to the other side of the gate? And if I'm just curious, y'all, because Malcolm said that they was trying to wake him up. They thought he was drunk. But we didn't hear that man say that. On the 911 call, we could hear the let me see if I got a piece of that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's hear this.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, I think he's dead.
Breathing? Okay.
No, it don't look like it. No, he was dead.
Okay. All right, guys.
I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there.
See, when I heard that, I said, why did he say that part? He said, I don't know how long he been there. That was an extra code for I know how long he been there. Let me see.
Okay, and are you with him now?
Yeah.
I'm just putting everything. Everybody's already dispatched out there, and okay, you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got everybody on the way. Is there a defibrillator available?
He called himself. Yeah, he's gone. I ain't touched him. I ain't been around him yet. I mean, I've been close enough. I don't see him breathing at all.
Okay. Alright, and...
No, it ain't no defib around here.
Okay, gotcha.
I ain't been close enough to him. I've been close enough. I know he ain't breathing. All of that stuff. Now, it just make more sense. You know, we already knew. We already knew what was said. Now, who are we to believe? We supposed to not believe the witness? But I want to know what statement did they get from the witnesses? Because before I listened at that call, I was planning on coming on here talking about, which I still am. What do they do? What type of investigation do they do for somebody that unalived themselves? What kind do they do for death investigation? Because, they went from a self-unaliving, which is what the rural police went to tell the father, that he unalived himself. So we went from a self-unaliving case to a death investigation. And when we look at the police report, a lot of things that is supposed to happen didn't. We could just assume that it didn't. But that call right there, what am I supposed to do? I got a business to run. Like, what about your brother? What about your brother? It ain't no brotherly love no more for a lot of people. I can't say no more because as sad as I was to hear that man speak in that way, I was equally proud of Taylor for standing up for Javion, who can't speak for himself no more. Quentin can still speak for himself. Javion can't. Quentin actually turned his new age for his birthday that day. But Javion is forever 21. And he was buried on his birthday, y'all. That gets me. That gets me. Javion was at work. Quentin was at work. And if he is having, because I heard that it's traumatizing and stuff like that, maybe God is trying to tell him something. Because when I look at this and look at the similarities, I'm looking up at God like, God, what are you doing? What's about to happen? Why can't I hear my music? Oh, it's off. Whew. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the street, like a drum to a beat. This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete, you better believe. Just so you know we don't go for those that's taking these souls. We know, but it's getting so out of control. Just so you know we don't go for those that's taking these souls. We know, but it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV, True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man.
Okay, y'all, I got up the call-in number if anybody want to call in and let me know what you think about all of this. And then I'm going to go on to the other part because I ain't going to stop crying unless I quit talking about that because that got me. That got me. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not. I only got 16 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up, y'all. I greatly appreciate it. Justice for Javion. Oh, I seen that somebody wanted me to play the 911 call. Now, this is not the 911 call in completion. It's just little pieces that I took that stuck out to me. But I'll play it again.
Okay, and are you with them now?
Yeah.
I'm just putting everything. Everybody's already dispatched out there, and okay, you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got everybody on the way. Is there a defibrillator available?
He called you, yeah, he's gone. I ain't touched him. I ain't been around him yet. I mean, I've been close enough. I don't see him breathing at all.
Okay, alright, and...
No, it ain't no defib around here, though.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, is he awake?
No, I think he's dead.
Breathing? Okay.
No, it don't look like it. No, he was dead.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there.
Wow, and we heard the Tierra and Marcus say that this guy shook their hand. He was talking to them. The wife was really friendly and all of this kind of stuff. I know Corey said they were very friendly and all of this stuff, but one thing that Marcus said is that the owner was red the whole time, ears and all kind of stuff when he was talking and all of this stuff. Like, I mean, how can you be so nice and caring in person but laughing on a 911 call? These are the parents. That was their son that you was laughing about. Oh, he ain't that. Yeah, he got that. Like, just so uncaring. But all of a sudden, you give a damn when they in your face. That's just disgusting. Everything is still alleged. Everything is alleged. But that's what the parents said. You know, unfreaking believable. Remember, these people used to take pics of us on with kids and them. Oh yes, yep, absolutely. It was a whole event. You know, a lot of things that they do came from that, and they just changed it up. Like picnics, for one. You know. What about when they would feed the kids to the alligators and stuff? What about when they would hang a flag? Where's the flag? What about that? It was something that they were proud of. It's disgusting. It's sick. Y'all see that? Flying just as high as the United States flag. As a matter of fact, it's higher than the flag. Because I see a flag flaring down low. Wow. Y'all see that? That's what happened here. That's what happened here. That's what they told us, right? That's what the 911 call just said, which is the owner of this place. He said. He did it to us. Oh, he gone. Ain't no defib around here, but you want to be apologetic to the family, even the wife. So, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out at what point are these people going to be brought in? Because we got a lot to investigate, because the witness, the person who found him, gave a statement. And it's way different than what they saying. We already know, though. It never made sense. So, I'm going to go to, hold on. Shout out to TBZ. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yes, the police secured the scene. They don't allow anyone on the scene except authorities involved. Not here. They wanted everybody to come on the scene. I mean, because it wasn't really the scene. They knew. It was a game. These people are fighting for Quentin, which is making them admit the truth about what happened. Yeah, keep on defending. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Seriously. Because Javion didn't deserve this. And over a parking spot, see, one of the things that the parents were saying is, let me go to something, see if this is, hold on. And tomorrow we will have Tierra and Marcus on at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. So let's listen at this one.
A seated position. Well, his feet was away from the tree. I say that ain't what you told us yesterday. Mm-hmm. So what do you mean now? His feet is away from the tree and he's at a seated position. I say okay. So was he the robe around his neck in a seated position, or that's just how he was when you seen him? I was the first one to see him, and he was, with his back up against. Well, that ain't what you told us yesterday. So that kind of hit me right there. Okay, so now the story is to myself, like, okay, that's a strike right there. Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? So when we get down there, mind you, we were told that there was nothing around his body. Yeah. Nothing in the area. He was just sitting there. We never was told that. So when we get into the room, we pray, we do all that, and he says condolences, and he couldn't even get that word out right. Yeah, man.
Okay.
We're not gonna go there. But then, so we go to looking through the pictures and all this stuff, the crime scene. All of a sudden, there's a perfectly placed blunt wrapper pack, not even open. And then there's a picture of the Walmart, the packaging for the rope that was ripped off, and it was like it was perfectly just set in the ground.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I can't hold this in. They have on this timeline that he went to the vape store, right? We have receipts that he supposedly spent $42 on what? Because you told us that there was no evidence of smoking, anything like that. You said no, it's recorded.
But now all of a sudden it's a blunt wrapper by his leg. So when you get there, it's
like they use that to our advantage. Like they use, because I messed up and I was the one that actually told Bishop about the vape store. So they just added that to the timeline. They added.
So you knew he went to the vape store.
Yeah,
we had the transaction on his.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like 4 charges. One at a gas station. Well, one at two different gas stations, a vape shop, and a restaurant.
Okay.
So the 42 at a vape shop, and you only showing me a blunt wrapper, but you said there were no paraphernalia or nothing around him when you saw him.
Yep. No smoke, nothing.
Nothing. So all of a sudden we get there and you show us pictures of a blunt wrapper by his leg, unopened.
And nothing in the truck. He said
and nothing in the truck.
But all of a sudden there's nothing in the truck.
But he said the truck wasn't part of the investigation, but you got pictures of the inside of the truck.
Yeah, that you're not going to swab the truck or fingerprint the truck because that wasn't a part of the scene, the crime scene. That's what we were told.
They said a whole lot. The truck, though, I'm wondering where was that truck? I'm wondering when the witnesses found Javion, did they see all the stuff placed around him, or did that happen later, or how did that work? You know, I'm just interested to know if the crime scene was set up then, or if it was figured out later. Like, I'm so curious. Like, I'm curious what those crime scene photos look like. What did he have on? What could you see around him? You know, but everything was, man, it's sick. I wonder what time was that purchase that they have for $42 at the vape store. And what did he buy and where is the stuff at? You know, because we seen the police report. And the only thing the police report said was this. And so remember they said something about a white plastic bag. I wonder where did that white plastic bag come from? But I'm really curious to know what time was that vape purchase, because that's going to put another hole in their timeline. And what time was the restaurant? Because that wasn't mentioned. So it's disgusting, though. You know, they laugh, they smile, pray, all of the stuff in these people's face, and treated their child like he was nothing. Somebody got to pay. Everybody who had their hands in this is going to pay. Even if they don't go to jail, they not going to be able to sleep well at night, because I feel like God is all in this. Like, for the similarities between Javion and Quentin is undeniable. You cannot deny all of these similarities. How this guy was fighting for Quentin. We all fighting for Javion. And they fighting harder for Quentin. But it just amazes me how this ends up being between three black men. And it's like the business is just, because the business actually put them in it first by setting it up so they could find them. Allegedly. Because they could have found him. They knew he was there, allegedly. They seen him the night before. And I mean, the sheriff said that let me see if I got what the sheriff said. Let's see. You know about where the truck was at. Which one is it? Dang it. This one, I think.
Here at the sheriff, I'm sorry that the family wasn't awarded that opportunity to view.
No, that's not the one.
happened? His truck, how far was he from where his truck was parked?
Oh, I said 30 yards, 30, 40 yards from where his truck was in a fenced-in area, and he was on the outside of the fenced-in area where a tree was at.
Yeah, his truck was in that same fenced-in area that they peeked through to see him on the tree. That's what he just said. So Javion's truck was parked where you see this green. Was that a truck? Green, yeah. That's where Javion would have been parked. And I remember people saying that, well, you know, I would have not had told him to park way back there. I would have told him to park up here. So I'm assuming, you know, way back there, if you at the Shell gas station or on Martin Creek Road, would be considered the front of T&R, right? You know where all the cameras is at, pointing right in that direction of where the tree was. This was taken out. This was taken on the scene. This was taken, you know, after what happened to Javion. So it looked like they forgot to turn it. But I forgot. It was a trailer conveniently blocking that, so they couldn't see nothing. But I'm trying to figure out, I mean, all they had to do was be walking to the door to be able to see Javion through that gate. Let me put that back up. That's crazy, y'all. I mean, I don't, I would need to look in the front. But anyway, yeah, that front, the door is near this area though, y'all. So I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I just see that makes me think that they didn't have a plan at first. They planned this in action. You know, the guys are, I'm starting to think that they already had that, you know, that plan. Maybe they get it cut every, what day was 9/11? Was it a Tuesday? Maybe they get their grass cut every week or something, every other week. And they knew that they was going to be there. Oh, well, we could just put them on the other side. But I am curious, since the guy that cut the grass said they was on the fence side of it, who cut the rest of it? Because the rest of the grass definitely got cut. Because we seen those nice lines out there when Taylor went there. So now I'm just wondering, at what point of this timeline did all of this stuff happen? So now I'm looking at the timeline. Because, I mean, you know, it's all relevant. We got to go back. We know that Walmart happened, right? But we don't know about nothing else happening. Only thing we can be sure about is Walmart happened. But we don't know what time. So I'm going to say this, because the wife said that we seen him, you know, my husband seen him coming across the street when we was about to close, right? So that would mean it happened at that time. It had to have happened at that time. And the Walmart had to have been at a different time. I mean, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that. Unless because remember, the parents, they questioned them about the time on the footage. They questioned them about it. And, you know, he was explaining that the date, the year is first and blah, blah, all that. But I'm just really curious to know. See, because if they are so comfortable in doing this type of thing, and they didn't even really think this out, to me, because it is just the stupidest things that we've been told. They are definitely comfortable with this, because you're not gonna be this stupid the first time. I mean, but what made them know that the long guys wouldn't tell other people what they seen? That's why I said it had to be a conversation. Or did they just automatically know that they was involved? How would Quentin and the other guy, the owner of the lawn care place, know what to say and what not to say. Okay. So I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go to the investigation stuff that they should have done, depending on how this person was unalived. So right here it says at 4:53, we've been through this. Magee, his truck leaves the distribution at 4:58. He's at Vanco Road by 4:58. Then at 5:44, almost an hour later, they then put him at Magee drives northwest on Andrews and all of that stuff. Andrews Avenue. Then he was on Young Street. I don't believe none of that now. I don't. I mean, because it don't make sense. Because we know that Ray seen him. So, and we also know that the parents never seen him pull in with the whole truck, only the trailer. So that would tell me that something happened at that time. That's why they took it out. So, like I said, I believe once he had that encounter with them, it was all over. Like, how do he then go to Walmart, do this, do that, do the third? Or let's say maybe the Walmart thing did happen, but did they send him to Walmart? That was something I said in the very beginning.
Jenny, real quick. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Jenny, where you calling from?
Hey, North Carolina.
Okay.
Hey, I just noticed on that police report for the very first time, I've seen it 100 times. It says ligature.
Yeah.
Now, how they gonna find the ligature in the truck, but around his neck, but coming out of Walmart with one ligature? I just thought I'd throw that in there, because I know you can't read the chat.
No, I mean, okay. So when I first seen that said ligature, I'm like, why would they put ligature on there as his possessions? Because that's something that would be found on his neck or on a tree or something. I said, unless they are calling the rope itself ligature. No, they had Ozark rope on there. But what was you saying again? I'm saying what you were saying again.
Well, how did they find it in the truck, but around his neck, if he was only coming out of Walmart with one package versus receipt of one rope?
How did they find what? How did they find a rope in his truck?
Ligature means rope.
Why would they have it twice? I don't think that's what they meant.
Yeah.
Ligature is a mark too. It's a mark on your neck. So wait, let me pull it up.
What I mean, I just noticed that. That's all messed up. But ligature does mean rope, right?
Well, then no. Ligature to me it means what will be found from the rope on whatever they place it on, the tree or the neck or whatever. But they actually got rope on here, so why would they put it on there twice? I looked at the Ozark Trail.
Types of rope using. So I'm glad his dad did say he's got a piece of the rope.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I'm getting from that. Were there two types of rope used? Because that's what I'm starting to believe now too.
I don't know. That only they can explain what they mean by ligature to put that on there as a possession, and then put Ozark Trail on there too.
Why would they? That's a whole another issue. Why does it say ligature and not rope?
Yeah, but it do though. It say Ozark Trail. That is the rope, is what I'm saying. The Ozark Trail is the name of the rope. So I don't know.
It's all gonna come out though.
I think I think they did it to fill in the lines. That's what I think they did it for.
That's all they did. That's it. Now about these witnesses, though, we got to also, as mad as we are at them, like that ain't even the word. But they got to stay safe until the attorneys get a hold of them. If they're obviously locking people up and doing what they're doing.
Yeah, well, what he said is still out. So
that's what I'm saying. So we got to, as much as we have hate, we still got to know and have faith that God's going to protect them until the right authorities get to them to get their statements.
And I want to say I don't hate him. I'm more disappointed and hurt That was what my tears was for. I'm more disappointed and hurt than anything. Hate never even entered my heart.
See, and that's where I got to check myself, because this is making me hateful, but it is where everybody does have to unite.
Yeah.
But I can see where, being a white person, where the hate comes from on the black side. I don't see it on the white side at all. Like where they get hate for somebody having a different skin color. But I see on the black side why there's hate for this race. I don't have.
You mean why? Wait, are you saying? Let me understand. You're saying you don't understand why white people hate black people?
Yeah, I don't understand where that hate comes from. That's pure evil, devil hate.
I don't know.
I completely understand why black people feel the way they do, especially if you do go back to beginning times and understand and really do true history. Hello, the black woman was the first woman created. So I don't get the whole white thing either, and that's why I get called racist by a lot of white people.
That's wild. Well,
my kids have called me racist to white people. I'm like, no, I'm telling the facts. I'm going to tell you what. This is what Javion Magee did. This is one example. It's taken me 28 years to teach my son about racism. After Javion Magee, my black son is now fully freaking aware.
Well, that's good.
He might be saving my son's life.
But another thing, though, I just wanted to correct you as a black person. We don't hate. We don't hate white people.
No, that's what I'm getting at. But I know there's some organizations I'm trying to Malcolm X and Harris.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? But we're in the new Black Panther. But yeah, you're right, because I have never, and even when people meet me that are black, they know I'm real, so I never got any hate ever. I don't see any hate. I lived on the south side of Greensboro where I was the only white woman. You know, I had 5 sleeping in my house. There was never any hate. That's all from my race. And even on me. They hate me for sticking up for the truth.
Well,
towards them. But anyhow, the rope thing is what stuck out on me on the police report.
Yeah, that's sad. Okay,
and
well, so Obsidian did what I was gonna do when I hung up ligature, the act of binding or tying up. That's what it means.
Yeah, that's all just messed up. So we're just gonna pray. Keep on praying that the right people get a hold of that video conversation.
Yep, keep praying and keep pushing this content out. That's what we gonna do. Cause my tears ain't for nothing. I don't like crying.
I got him on social media. So I think she's on vacation for a week, but she got all y'all's videos, and then Richard talked to her. So this is all make news, and that's what people kind of do need to step up to that town, because that'll get the news out there even quicker.
I want people to know from the news, if y'all watching, silence is violence. Period. I'm trying to understand why they not reporting it. Seriously.
Well, when I talked to the news reporter, this is what she said. This is what pissed Richard off so much. Finally, I called Richard, and he called her, because she said, well, have him call me right now. So I was like, Richard, you got to call her right now. It's a reporter. She wanted to take all he did. This is what she told me. Oh, we can't cover that case because we got an autopsy report saying the escort. So I instantly inboxed Marcus, and I'm like, this is what's up. Because I said, oh, that's awful funny, because his own mama don't got a copy of the autopsy report yet. That's why the media ain't cover it, but Richard's handling that.
Yeah, well, just like we said in the beginning, they know that they said that in the dang on beginning, but as far as the autopsy report, they didn't report it from the beginning. So did they see it in the beginning when it first happened? I mean, they showed us the Walmart footage, and that was it.
They did a couple clips, and I looked up the white journalist from the wasn't WRLA, I was another one, the white guy doing that interview, and he's about an idiot too. So FM, we got a good hold of a good journalist from WRAL, and I do think she is having a few days off, but I've spoken with her, I know Richard's spoken with her, and I've sent her your tape and his tape, and he's talking to her. So I don't know what's going to be the outcome of that, but I do know if everybody gets up there and does something all put, they definitely going to, I'll call directly, they're definitely going to have the news up there.
Well, I hope so, but I don't feel like
together and do something, because the talk is not nothing.
Yeah.
It's just time for action. There's too many names. I got cognitive memory decline. I'm 55. I can't even keep up with all these names.
Wow.
Like, this is ridiculous. And then think about all the ones we don't know about. That lady that called in from Mississippi last night said there was 2 right now going on in her county, and it ain't even on her local news. Think of all the ones we don't know about.
But that's what I'm saying. So it don't have nothing to do with the autopsy report. When they know that this is what happened, they just don't report on it. And if they do, they say one word and this person, they real vague, couple lines. If they decide to write an article, it's universal. And like I said, silence is violence. So I mean, I just feel like it's everybody know. It's one of those things. Everybody know what it is. And they just move accordingly without saying. If they rule it as this, we ain't gonna talk about it because number one, they don't want to upset people. They don't want they want to continue to do it in silence, unbeknownst to people. The people they doing it to. They don't want them to be aware that it's happening everywhere, every day, all the time, and that it never stopped. They don't want us to know that, so they don't talk about it.
Well, I think because of Javion, everybody gonna know.
Yeah, dang right.
Everybody gonna know.
Thank you for calling.
All right, you have a blessed day.
You too. Bye. Oops. Type the rest. My bad. I was a little quick on the trigger. Oh my God, y'all. So ligature is also a medical term for stitches. Ligature, anything like a cord or other material that could be used for the purpose of. Right, which would be the rope. So why would they put Ozark Trail rope and ligature on the police report? So I don't get it. But I don't get a lot of stuff about this. They just did it just to fill in the lines. That's what I believe. They didn't tell us the stuff that we need to know. Shout out to writers. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the members and moderators, all my new subscribers. Welcome in to everybody listening in the bushes. Shake the trees, Tracy. Shake the goddamn trees. Because I know some people going to fall out. Okay, so the timeline is a lie. I would love to know the time of the Walmart, though. Everything that's missing is missing because that's when everything happened. So what did they say? The parents said, wait, I might have that part. Hold on. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing me. Thank you for sharing.
And I knew he didn't know nothing about the base shop because he said, "Oh,
They jumped from Walmart to him driving down the road with just the truck and backing into TNR to the trailer. The trailer was already over there.
So they did show the trailer on the thing.
Yeah, but not him.
So did y'all hear him just say they jumped from Walmart to showing Javion backing up to the trailer? Hold on, y'all. I'm thinking. Hold on. Jump from Walmart. Let me go to Walmart, y'all. Give me a second. Hold on. So Walmart was supposed to happen at 6:11 p.m. Okay, so Walmart was supposed to happen at 6:11 p.m., but the drop-off of the trailer would have happened when he first went in there the first time because he did not have it when he went to Walmart. So they showed him backing in after Walmart. Hold on. So that would have had to happen at 6:52, according to their timeline. Hold on. I gotta look at this. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure something out. So the first time they had him at TNR, it was at 4:58. And then they brought him back to TNR after Walmart at 6:52. So at 4:58, he would have had to drop his trailer, according to their timeline. And at 6:52, that should have been when he was backing in to the trailer. So if he was backing up to his trailer at 6:52, well, I really do feel like the times is wrong though. But if he was backing up to his trailer at 6:52, because that's when he got back from Walmart and all these other places he allegedly happened, that would mean that they had a conversation and he was told to get his trailer off of their damn property. So that's when that would have been the issue when everything was happening too. But I believe that it happened. Well, he did drop the trailer. So, okay. I still don't believe that they missed him though. They said that the husband seen him coming across the street when they were closing. That would have been at 4:58. I already said, how did he even drop his trailer without them saying something? So we are to believe that the guy from TNR seen him coming back across the street. You know what I'm saying? It would have had to be around this time. So he coming from across the street and he just pulled up at Walmart. And he just got there. I know this probably sound crazy, but I'm sitting up here just trying to figure out at what point did he see Javion coming from across the street? If at 4:58, he at 4:58 he was in a lot, he would have had to drop his trailer then. So how was he dropping a trailer and walking across the street? Because at 6:52 he would have been back, and that would have been when they would have been like, get this trailer. Then that would have been when this old man would have seen him and everything. This would have been when Javion needed help and all of that.
Try to go around to the back and turn his truck around to the lane.
Okay.
So the person he asked for help. You know what I mean? Because he walked up there. You know what I'm saying?
He walked up where?
Now, remember the parents said that they did see Javion come out. They seen him walk out to the street. And that's when I think he said the sheriff said he was casing the place. And he said, no, it looked more like he looking for some help. He wants some help, or he looking for somebody. He trying to think or something like that, he said. See, to me, what's very important is putting a hole in their timeline. Because this is what they already put out. And so we already know it's not about what you know, but what you can prove. So, we got the statement from the guy that seen him. We got what he says. So, really, that's the smoking gun, But I'm just saying, there's no way. See, at 4:53, they said that he was just leaving Walmart distribution after being there over 4 hours doing all of the stuff they said he was doing. He was getting the stuff unloaded. He probably was inside of Walmart chilling. We found out, they got an area for him, TV and all of that. So after sitting for 4 hours, he wanted to get rid of the trailer and do some other things. It appears. So how the heck, man, listen, they timeline is a lie, y'all. None of this stuff happened after I just I wonder what did the Walmart receipt say? Like, because if they got all of this evidence, then surely they should have showed the parents. But first of all, it's a lot to grab a hold of what these people are telling you. Going into a room, all these people in here, you don't know them, you already just feeling away, and they telling you all of this stuff. And so you don't really have time to even wrap all this stuff around your mind. Like, I mean, because I'm sure they were like kind of in a trance and just like, what is going on? It's confusing at first. But I just wonder about those clippings. And, I'm going to ask them this stuff I want to know about the recordings. What exactly did they see? What time did they say that these clippings were taken? And why can't we have a fluent video? Only clips of stuff they want you to see that they created. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Ain't nothing happened after 6:50. Well, I don't even know. I don't know. So it's only one of two things that it could be, right? So the wife said the husband seen him coming from across the street right when they were closing. Hold on. Why would Javion be coming from across the street if he just put in there and he was only there for 5 minutes? He was only there. What? Let me look. I mean, so with me is like they had to build this timeline off of something. So, I mean, I know that they use GPS and all that. I even seen somewhere that they used the phone. Yet they didn't have a way to get into the phone. So, yeah, okay. So from the time that he put right in there, he was there for like 46 minutes from 4:58 p.m. according to their timeline. So from 4:58 p.m. until 5:44 p.m. he was there. But that can't be true. That can't be true. I mean, unless... See, it must have happened even sooner. Because Magee, he didn't go to West Andrews Avenue. I don't believe that. At 5:44. See, after he left 285 Vanco Road, allegedly, that's when he went to West Andrews, then he went to Young Street, then he went to the corner of West Andrews and Van Street at 5:58. 6:01, he leaves the parking lot of the Andrew. Oh, I don't believe none of this. Then he went to Walmart at 6:11. They sure did add a lot of stops. Was somebody else driving his truck, or did these never happen? I mean, because it is possible, right? It's possible to somebody else could have been driving his car to his truck to all of these places, because we don't have video footage. I'm just still trying to make it make sense, but I'm just saying, y'all, like, I'm trying to figure out when would they have nabbed him, because he might have been in their custody long before. I wonder what time did this man see him?
Try to go around to the back and turn his truck around to the lane.
Okay.
So the person he asked for help. You know what I mean? Because he walked up there. You know what I'm saying?
He walked up where?
In the front.
Okay.
So then, and then asked for help to get his truck parked. You know what I
mean? So who was he asking for help? See, man, all these people need to come forward Who was Javion asking for help? Because we now know that this man is telling the truth because his parents said that they seen him come out to the street. And they said, oh, he was casing, but he looked like he was casing a place. I guess the sheriff or one of them said, like, what? Why would you even use that word, those words, casing a place, like he trying to rob something? Like, come on. That's what they said, that he said. And so timing is very important. The older man that called and told everything, what time was it, sir? Like, yeah, that's what we need to know from these people. What time was it? This guy, yeah, we need to know. Was it light or day? Even if you can't remember the time, was it night or day? When y'all seen, oh, the parents can answer that too. Like, was it dark when he was when they seen these clips? This is stuff I want to know from them. Tomorrow I'm curious. Like, what was the day looking like? What was going on around him in this footage? Or was that footage super tiny? Because I'm picturing him. Hold on. I'm picturing him right here. Hold on. I am picturing him. Hold on. Coming out here. Out towards this part for help. Because they said he came out towards the street. Towards the road. So they should have been able to see him way better than when he was back, going further back. So I just wonder. So we know he was good at that time. So how did he go from backing up his truck to this happening? That's why I feel like it may have been a gap in something. It may have been like they let him go to sleep and came back. You know what I'm saying? And if that was the case, no, because why would he be backing back up? At the time that he backing his truck back up, I would think that would have been the time when they like, get the hell out of here. You got to go, blah, blah, blah. What happened after that, though? Where was Javion at? Where was his truck sitting at? Where was his trailer sitting at? If it never got reattached, because it didn't. The trailer never got reattached because the cab part of it allegedly got picked up. So it never got put back together. So at what point did he stop trying to maybe when I'm guessing when he backed it up, that's when he discovered it was a lock on it and all of that kind of stuff. So it sounds like everybody that's seen this stuff know exactly what happened. They know who all the parties was, all of that stuff. But it's just like, I know, it's just in me to try to make it make sense, but you can't. You can't. Because they build this off of BS. And that's why it's very important to get the timeline. We need to create our own timeline. We need to get our own times that things happen. It's people in the family that talk to him. We need all of those times to be put together to create our own timeline based off of his movements that we know, that they don't know, allegedly. Man. See, listening at that call too is like, I was happy that what he was saying, we was able to hear it and stuff, but I went through a series of emotions hearing that, but ultimately what he said is said. And they need to relook at this and call the people in, everybody that turned the blind eye on it. I told y'all, man, like, that's why they hid his hands. I think it was more to it than that. And the funeral home, they in it too, allegedly. Because, they the ones that had to make him up and all of the stuff. But I want to get into some facts because this dang on timeline is giving me a headache because they full of crap. But I really do want to know that so bad. Like, you know, what is the real times? We got to find real times for stuff that Javion actually did. You know, we got times that people called and, you know, pings and different things like that. So what I looked up, let's see. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna start with this one because it's the first one, and this is what's the protocol in a death investigation, because it's a difference, right? And we're gonna look up what's the protocol for a self-unaliving, and just, you know, look at some of the things they did or did not do. So the protocol for the death investigation includes several steps. The scene review. So they said a medical examiner will review the scene of death. Okay. Evidence collected. Investigators, which would be Terry, what's his name? Terrence D. Terry or Torrance D. Terry. That is the investigator, allegedly. Now it's really not, because he was in the room with the parents. The investigator. So the evidence collection, the investigators will collect. The investigators will collect physical evidence such as weapons, clothing, and DNA. They will also take photos and make sketches of the scene. I wonder if they've seen sketches. And they said DNA samples, which should be done in swabs of the jaw area, not the other stuff, the SA kit they told us about. If they want us to believe that this is how they was looking at Javion, right? So the evidence coming from the body, a medical examiner will perform an external examination of the body. Again, a medical examiner performs an external examination of the body. If necessary, they will also perform an internal examination or autopsy. Okay. If necessary. So what made a SA kit necessary in this case? Unless pants down, or unless you know something happened and you just want to get rid of something, or, you know, witness testimonies happens. So what did they say? What did they put on a report? I would love to know what the witnesses said or coached to say, because I'm trying to figure out, it had to be a conversation. Wouldn't you think? Like, how would they know how would they know not to tell the truth? You see what I'm saying? Like, how would they know to just automatically lie unless they know this is what these people do? You see what I'm saying? Like, they had to have a conversation. Like, don't tell them what you see. And then the parents, how good could they see those crime scene photos? Because they would have been able to see that. So that would be interesting to know. You know, did they really get a good look at them? Because, I mean, we heard that footage and pictures was blurry and, you know, all that. So witnesses' testimony. Witnesses will be summoned to testify about their knowledge of the unaliving. Well, we ain't got to worry about that because they ain't looking for no testimonies here. Also, the cause of the unaliving determination, the investigators will determine the cause of the unaliving. Now we know why it is. So the investigators, they figured that out, huh? You know, and actually the 911 caller had already did a full investigation. He already said the man did it to himself. He didn't need an autopsy. He didn't need the coroner's or the investigators. He already knew. He said he's gone. He did it to himself. He was so sure. And when I first heard this, I wanted to know why. How was he so sure? Like, how are you so sure? So, you know, the organs and tissue donation. Now, I wonder, you know, did they donate his organs and tissue? Because we don't know. See, if something like that was going on, then it would make sense that he would be missing for some hours, because if they this deep in it, how deep does it go? Do they have doctors that come on the scene with a cooler? You know, how deep does this rabbit hole go? I wonder. But organ and tissue don't, because yeah, you got to get them organs right away when they fresh. You can't get them after somebody been sitting for 15 hours. And we know that this happens because what? Kendrick Johnson? Wait, what's his name? Yeah, Kendrick Johnson, the 17-year-old wrapped up in a mat who had been exhumed so many times by his parents, and they found newspaper where his organs were supposed to be. So I'm curious. But organ and tissue donation, if the family wants to donate the deceased organs and tissues, they should request this as soon as possible. We know that wasn't going to happen, but could they have been donated or sold unbeknownst to people? I wonder. You know? Death documents. The investigation will result in documents. So a certificate, I guess. So here are some additional tips for this type of investigation. So to preserve evidence, place hands and feet in a separate bag. I wonder if they did that. Also, if the head is seriously damaged, it can also be placed in a paper bag. Wrap the entire body in a clean sheet or a body bag. So when sketching the crime scene, include the date, case number, location, sketcher's name, and the name of the investigative team. Do we have that anywhere? I wonder. You know, that definitely will be some transparency there. So that'll be interesting. Verify all measures with at least 2 members of the investigative team. So who's the 2 members they verified all measures with? And it also says use the grid method to search large areas. Did they do that? Like, did they use the grid? So you search in one direction, then proceed in a perpendicular direction. Yeah, I'm sure they ain't do none of that. You know, somebody rode by and said they seen a young man slumped by a tree, and they seen they seen an ambulance and a cop standing there. So I wonder which tree was that. It was early morning, people said. It's a couple people that said it was early morning. My mom was going to work early morning. She seen this. Okay, so the next thing, hold on, let's see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Well, a minute.
here at the sheriff. I'm sorry that the family wasn't awarded that opportunity to view their son or their loved one. Not a natural circumstance, but in a normal circumstance where someone is deceased and taken to a local hospital, the family are awarded that opportunity to go to the hospital, to the emergency room, or either some other form of fashion so they can view the body and identify the person. This young man was not disfigured in any form or fashion. The picture ID that we took, the picture that we'd taken of him was positively you could identify as being your child or identify someone who knew that could identify that picture.
So where is he now then?
His body is at the medical examining office being autopsied.
For the autopsy?
Yes, sir.
And do we know when the results of that are going to come in?
Hopefully today.
Lock his ass up! Lock his ass up! You're going to jail! You're going to jail! Lock his ass up! Lock his ass!
And we had to say that one more time. Yeah, I feel you, Jenny. Definitely. So, okay, so here's the police report that we got. Now, I want to know what we should have got. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hopefully I got more than 16 thumbs up. Let me look. I am going to look at the chat though, y'all, eventually. But I'm looking at other stuff. I can't read, I got two eyes, but I can't have one eye reading the chat and the other one reading this. So I have to concentrate on the show first. But thank y'all so much for being here. And please smack the thumbs up. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now is what should be written on the police report. In a death investigation, since that's what, they changed it to, because originally it was a self-unaliving. Oops. It was a self-unaliving at first. We should have gotten a written report. Shout out to Jay Glover. Welcome in, Angel Sire. Welcome in, everybody. I just happened to look. But why cut the nails for DNA if there was no struggle? I mean, yeah, why cut the nails, period, if he did it to himself? Who you looking for if you've already, you already said what it was? Shout out to VA Brody. Angela. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. Chinetta in the building. Welcome in, y'all. I would like to know, where did they have Javion for the... Yeah, man, that's what I'm trying to figure out. The glitched pics you sent? Oh, you sent her? I don't think I have glitched pics. It's not victim blaming. It's detrimental time frame to see body. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. But they did everything in their power to make sure that they didn't. See, that's why I said being a truck driver is a whole lick, because they can bank on those type of delays. You know what I'm saying? The average black family don't have money for doing all this traveling back and forth. You need to work. Then you got to travel here back and forth. And the parents didn't move because they couldn't get in touch with them to find out, to set something up. So days went by. That was planned, allegedly. Just the way they wanted it. And then just so conveniently, the same day they in town for the press conference and to meet with the sheriff is the same day his body gets shipped. So dang, like bam, both parents missed him there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I don't believe in coincidence. So a police report for a death investigation should include the following. The decedent information, number 1. Okay. So that should include his name, date of birth, race, ethnicity, and biological sex. But the first question that we heard the sheriff ask was, where do he live? What, sir? You ain't even looked that far to know where he lives. You know. And the father said that because he said, I mean, he lived with me, you know, type of thing. The location, where it occurred at. I don't see that nowhere. I mean, because this is the police report. It's an additional part that was redacted where the narrative is at. Then there was a top part of it, too, that I don't have in here. But, I mean, it just had, I don't even remember what was on that top part. I would have to look. It wasn't nothing important. Okay, it should have the location, the time when it occurred, the time that they passed. But who knows? What time did they put on there? That would be interesting because we don't know. I mean, if we go by their timeline, if we go by, at 7 o'clock, he said his truck was idled. See, didn't none of that happen? None of that happened. Make it make sense that he would be coming from Walmart, backing in to get his trailer on his truck just to park there? Don't you think the people that was harassing him to move was still there waiting on him to move? Or did they just tell him to move and leave? Like, come on, man. I remember what I got this from. Hold on. I'm considering all of the stuff when I be talking. His phone went dead at 6:22. He rushed his grandmother off the phone. I'm finding out around 7. Or no, it had to be 6. It was 6-ish. 6-ish is what I heard in the beginning. He rushed his grandmother off the phone around 6-ish, which would make sense. I mean, maybe that's when they put him over. We don't know because he didn't tell her. He just had to get off the phone. But we got this, the cousin, saying this. His phone went dead at approximately 6:22. That phone didn't ever power back on. I'm assuming ain't nobody else said that they talked to him after that. So it all happened when he left Walmart. Whatever time that was. That's when everything happened. I believe they took him somewhere and did whatever they did. The man said they took him under the house though. And then they also said it was a bunch of agents out there the next day and all of this kind of stuff. I mean, the man said that they hang out there and they be in the trees. Like that man said all of that stuff. So, I mean, it is a very strong possibility that he could have been in that house that nobody went to. I mean, I'm calling it a house, but it's more like a barn. But it used to be I don't know, it just looked like a shack that need to be torn down, an eyesore. But and I think I took everything out, because I was trying to get things that I was gonna be using, and that wasn't part of it. But y'all know what I'm talking about because, you know, dang, I ain't got nothing in here showing the streets besides this. Then we heard that one of the investigators went to the gas station allegedly to find out what Javion bought. No, specifically asking did he buy some sheet wraps? I mean, so to me, they were setting that up. You know, why would you ask that question? And then it happened to be some sheet wraps on his dang on police report. And then we find out from the parents, Miss Tierra and Marcus, that they had those wraps by his feet. Like, I mean, around him. Also, the barcode for the rope. So I would like to know what time did he go into the gas station looking for it, because that would mean that the wraps wasn't in their possession yet. So did they go buy them at that point? Because if Javion had the wraps in his possession, why would they go ask did he buy them from there? Well, maybe he did have them and they just wanted to know where he got them from so they could add it to the timeline. Is that when they took his truck and went driving around parking and stuff and just never got out? I don't know. Like, I mean, somebody else easily could have got in this truck, man. With everything, why is everything sporadic? Why it ain't no whole video of him doing all this stuff? Why is it in bits and pieces? It's for a reason. Those bits and pieces must be from different times. Like, okay, one thing that stuck out to me that Marcus said is that when he went to that truck stop, they had him going in there. They had him sitting in the truck eating. They had everything that he did, right? Everything. And then the very next video is clips of this and clips of that. Like that, I mean, what? That is ridiculous to me. You gonna show the good video first, then turn around and show them that? Like, what was the reason for these things being in bits and pieces? And how was they explaining that? I would love to know. Like, when he was backing up to his trailer, what did they say? Like, why couldn't we see him detaching it, reattaching it? You know, why we never seen it put back together? And where is the trailer? Did they ship the trailer back? You know what I mean, I really want to know that. Like, what happened to the trailer? Because everything could have happened to Javion inside of that trailer. We heard that they took pictures inside of the truck. But what about the trailer? I mean, I just can't forget about the trailer. It's lies that don't add up. That's why it's bits and pieces. Exactly. Nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. But how is that going to be justified to the DA? What's being said right now? Because the parents is not taking this. They don't accept what they said. They don't trust them either. And you know what? Man, boy, oh boy. To play with God and to have his pastor in there to pray, knowing full well, like, man, wow. Now, again, I ain't blaming nobody for nothing. I'm just saying, based off of the evidence and the things that the parents are saying, this is what we talking about here. Unfreaking believable. Okay. Back to the police report. Wow, like, I ain't never seen it like this, though, y'all. Like, I am just outdone. I mean, with the Jelani Day case, we know what it is, but we definitely know what it is. And we got the players, too. It's the people that do the actions first. The 911 call. The people that found them. I'm not blaming them for nothing. They found them. But why would the person that did this want the law and people to find them? Especially if they could tell a different story than them. That don't make sense to me either, unless they were so confident that they will be good. Like, I mean, why was they so sure that the people that found him wouldn't go to the police after they put out the story about what happened? What was everybody conversation about? Are we supposed to believe that the lawn people found them and then they just left without talking to the police once they got there? Or like, how did that work? I'm curious. It would have had to be a conversation because Malcolm heard the conversation. It sounded like Malcolm, who works at Green for Life, who told us that they thought, they were shocked. They thought he was drunk. They were trying to wake him up. Remember that guy? So it was a conversation. Anyway. So the cause and manner of the unaliving. So the final determination of how and why the person is gone, right? The cause and the manner. The final determination. Is what they didn't give us, though, is circumstances. Like, they ruled this as a self-unaliving, but did they tell us why? How did they come to this? Besides giving the homeless man money while throwing rope up, dang near skipping out of Walmart, you so happy. So you didn't have no circumstances of why this was done, but circumstances. So a narrative of the events leading up to the unaliving. And we got a narrative what the whole timeline was, but the evidence, what evidence was found, where it was found, and where it was sent for analysis. Well, they told us that they picked the paper up, and I mean, you know, the packaging, and went to Walmart themselves. I'm picturing it right then and there, because, you know, that's how they made it sound. But that shouldn't have been done that way. Evidence, what evidence was found, where it was found, and where it was sent for analysis. And it wasn't sent nowhere if they picked it up from the scene and went to Walmart themselves. That it didn't get sent nowhere. Witnesses, information gained from witnesses. What information did they gain from the witnesses? I would love to know what they put on there. Could that be why Taylor was sitting there 10 extra minutes and ID photographed? Because the narrative was gone. I'm talking about not one word. I think it might have said redacted. It might have. Like, yeah. And then people was peeping out like they was at a zoo or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's this animal out here to care about this young kid that we took out of here, allegedly? Anyway, witnesses, information gained from witnesses, photographs of the crime scene. Disposition, the final disposition of the body, such as burial and cremation. Wait a minute, hold on. What should be written on a police report for the dang? They sure is talking about a whole lot. I thought I was looking at something else. I'm like, hold on, let me see. I think they've been a little extra, but let's see. Because all of the stuff ain't done at the time of a police report is the first thing that's written, and all this stuff ain't done right away. So, a police report should include the following information. Hold on. Body examination, scene, toxicology report, notes from the body exam, any relevant medical information, final disposition of the body, such as the burial and cremation. A detailed description of the scene, including unusual items and weather conditions. The police report should be written in chronological order, starting with what happened first and ending with the final result. Now, yeah, I mean, I have seen a report written letting you know exactly what happened and all of that, but not with all of this other information that wouldn't even be done before. But anyway, hold on. How to write an effective police report. What to include in a crime scene report. What does a unaliving investigation and death investigation, which is not a unaliving, is just that somebody passed. So investigators are carried out by coroners or medical examiners. Their role is to decide the scope and course of the death investigation, which include examining the body, determining whether to perform an autopsy, and ordering x-rays, toxicology reports, or other laboratory stuff. Now I'm gonna go hold on. What's the protocol for, hold on. I'm putting the whole thing, which I can't say none of the words, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Self by exactly what they saying. Let's see. Dude. Oh my God. Man, I ain't even. No, I gotta put that there though. Hold on, man. Y'all can call in too still. Okay, so I put what is the protocol for a self-unaliving investigation? So in the event of a self-unaliving, a medical examiner or the coroners may require to perform an autopsy on the body, which is surgical procedure used to determine the cause of the death. The next of kin have a right to request the copy. So what are the 5 steps of the assessment? Who investigates it? Do the police take notes? Hold on. So what's the first steps? Hold on. What is the first steps of the... No, I ain't trying to... Yeah, let's see this. So who investigates self-unalivings? The United States, a coroner. It says in the United States, a coroner or a medical examiner usually determines whether a death is that or not, and records that decision on the certificate. Do police take notes during this? If a self-unaliving note is found, whether or not the self-unaliving was successful, officers shall use latex gloves to seize it as evidence. Man, they talking about them writing a note. Is an autopsy required for self-unaliving? In the event of this, the medical examiner or coroner may be required to perform an autopsy on the body, which is a surgical procedure. The next of kin, man, that's dumb. I just read that. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Really dang on well. Okay, so self-unaliving investigation checklist, the scene evaluation. Consider the environment, such as the presence of alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes, and the body relation to the environment. So is that why they put cigarettes and smoke and stuff around him? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm surprised they ain't had no alcohol next to them too. Let me just read it. So the scene evaluation. Consider the environment such as the presence of alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes as the body relation to the environment. The decedent profile. Record information about the decedent such as their full name, date of birth, sex, race, and age. The cause is look for signs of physical trauma such as bruising and cuts. Oh, there was nothing. Nothing. You know, we heard him say it too. Mental health. Notify the mental health clinic or on-call provider to prepare to activate the disaster team. I mean, what, that's before it happens? Notify next of kin. Contact the casualty assistance representative to notify the next of kin. Investigators information. Include the date and the time of the investigation. That's what I would love to know. What time did they write on there? The case number and the investigator say, oh, they wrote 10:08. I do remember that was on the first part. I do believe, or is it on this part? I remember seeing 10:08. And since I'm talking about it, I brought it up a couple of times. Maybe I'll look to see if I can find it to share with y'all what's on it exactly. Thanks, BFF. Yes, I just happened to look. Yes, no trigger words. So investigators' information. Include the date and the time of the investigation, the case number, and the name, the investigator's name. So other steps in the death. I don't want to keep saying that word because that's a trigger word for YouTube. But it's not I can't say unaliving for this because it's something different. It means something different. But initial notification and response determination. Arriving at the scene, documenting and evaluating the body, and completing the scene. So all of this stuff would have been done by the investigators. You know, we heard who the investigator was. He was the investigator that was in the room. You know, the father said this guy right here, the black one, he said that is the guy that was in the room with them. I asked him if he recognized him right away. He said, yeah, he could recognize him. He could tell that was him. Yeah. So, I mean, that's who they talking about. And then this Labra person, Labra, from my understanding, works under him. I don't know how true that is. I mean, but I did hear they work in the same department or something like that. So, yeah. So one person said that the black one went in there to get the footage. The one in the middle went in there to see if Javion bought the wraps from Shell gas station. That's what we were told. I'm not sure who this guy is, but he looked like Ray Patrick Jr., but I don't know who he is. He is very tall, though, whoever this guy is. Because I remember when I was like trying to crop the video and stuff, he was like, if I would, these two people is kind of short, and the black guy is shorter than the middle guy, looks like. But yeah, he way tall. Because if I, like, when cropping something out, I had to make extra space for him. If I only cropped it by them, his whole shoulders and head would be off. But, yeah. Okay, let me go through these pics. But yeah, back to this pic though. Look how high, higher than the USA. And we know how they feel about that flag. Like, so. Justice for Javion. When this live stream ends, the one for tomorrow is going to pop up. if y'all haven't already, please hit the notification on that and thumbs up after we end this. So we ain't gonna go back through it, but that is a conversation with the cousin and TNR's the wife, saying, you know, all this stuff, all that stuff that we have talked about. This is a picture that I thought was strange, and I talked about it, but not enough. Like, when I spoke with Javion's dad, I asked him, what is that I have circled? Because I didn't know what it was, but I know that it's out of place, though. Like, why is that sitting there? That's back by the trees. I don't know when these pictures was taken, but I don't know when they was taken, but they were taken at the same time. They were in the same group as the pictures that I said somebody is trying to tell us a story. I just didn't copy those, and then I went back and I seen them. I'm like, okay, let me take these. And I'm like, what is that back there? Is that a trailer? And Javion's dad said that's a flatbed trailer. Why would it be sitting back there? You see how close is it? This trailer literally would block the sight of Javion if he was at that tree. Maybe. It looked like it to me, like where it's sitting at. Could that have been placed there on purpose? I don't know. But it was placed there with these other pictures as if they took all of this at the same time. But that's why I wanted to know, what is it? Because I was like, it looked like it might be a trailer. Then it looked like it might be a billboard. I'm like, I don't know what the heck it is. So could that have been put there on purpose? Because when Taylor went out there, it wasn't there. But these pictures were taken before. These pictures were taken very shortly after this happened. And it might have been the very next day, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It might have been the very next day. So I don't believe in coincidence. Why was that there? And then this, you know, that other trailer thing that was sitting there. Remember that lady said that he was sleeping in a trailer up by the police house? And the type of trailer that I believe that this is a home. Maybe it's a home trailer. It's not a Javion dad told me that too. He looked at it. He said, I think that's not a semi-truck trailer. That's like a trailer, a trailer home type of trailer. But how do I not add that in here? I thought, oh, there it is. Yeah. And that's what that lady said too, though. She said he was sleeping. He was up there sleeping in a trailer by where the cop house is at. And they put him up out that trailer. And I believe that happened in the middle of the night because it is super jet dark right now on this picture. And then I also remember the lady saying that she pulled up at the pump and took the picture. So I wonder, what picture is she talking about? I really do. I mean, I haven't heard from the lady or anything, but I just really would love to know that. What picture did she take? Let me go through these videos. Justice for Javion. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. So for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
so when they said the truck driver that died, you the one, you just told him that he gave you the money, or did they already know he gave you the money?
I guess they did, because they came down here and asked me, did the truck driver give me some money? And I told them, yeah. Oh, so they already knew he gave you some money. Mm-hmm. The only reason they wanted to know that, they trying to, get a timeline, And then so when they...
Patrick ain't lying. They did need to get a timeline, They were scrambling for a timeline. And this one don't make sense. Start over.
Yeah, so it was three different police officers that came to you? Three different. One of them, you said one of them was two of them was lady and one of them was a dude?
Yeah.
Was he black or white?
Alright. It was white guy and two black women.
White guys. You don't know their names. I know you've been in trouble enough. You know their names, right?
I don't know these people. These ones' names. It's been so long. Like, I think it's new people working and shit.
Yeah. So do you really think he did that to himself, though?
I mean, I don't know. I would hope not, man. Cause I swear I feel bad for his family and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel really bad for his family and shit. Cause that boy was young as hell.
Yeah. So it was three different.
I'm curious to know what's the difference between the new versus the old cops. You know what I'm saying? It's been so long since he did any police work. I don't know these new people.
Yeah, so it was three different police officers that came to you? Three different. One of them, you said one of them was two of them was lady and one of them was a dude?
Yeah.
Was he black or white?
Alright. It was white.
Alright. Here go the lie. Like, ridiculous, y'all. Ridiculous what they thought we was gonna believe. This is absolutely ridiculous, and it's unacceptable. So I ended up turning the volume down on this video just so we could look at them. Do y'all see any scratches? We talked about this the last time, but now I'm going to just leave it on that for a minute and look at the chat. But y'all can call in if y'all want to. I'm going to... call in and tell us what you know. Unacceptable at its best. That's for sure. Justice for Javion. Yeah, he definitely deserved justice. It is unacceptable. And it's just sick, man, that people think it's okay and they just go on about they merry day and not even think twice about what you did. Then you're shaking the people's families' hands and hugging and so apologetic and they ain't offered to pay for no funeral or nothing like that, though. I ain't hear nothing like that. I believe they gave Patrick the money and told him to say Javion gave him the money. That's why Patrick couldn't give a straight answer. Now the cops Patrick couldn't identify was the Henderson police, allegedly. Yeah, I truly believe that they did not prep him good. I mean, it definitely is seeming just based off of what this guy is saying. He didn't even know that he was young. He could be completely innocent in it, just based off of what he said. It seemed like he didn't have nothing to do with it. It really do. Because if he did, but obviously he ain't scared either. He's still chilling out there at the, where he was at. That's where everybody's still been finding him at. So he don't seem to be afraid. Just gave him a story to go with. How many people is feeling that way? I am leaning more towards that way, but I don't know. I mean, I did say he just as guilty. Like if he's lying and he know he lying, right? So yeah. So he lying and he making stuff up. So he in it too. He's in the cover up too. So I can't excuse him. Even if the police allegedly got him involved. He's still a part of it, whether he wanted to be a part of it or not. He's still going with the lie. So he got everything to do with it. But yeah, it from what he's saying, and I said it already. That just listening at what he's saying, he didn't know nothing about nothing. He was told what to say, you know, and he even said something about not wanting to get his family hurt and all of this. I mean, but why would the sheriff be so willing to take the 911 call and the homeless guy? Why did they use the homeless guy anyway? You know, for a filler. But what about the people that found them? You know, they not saying what they said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have held some weight, don't you think? But no, they wanted to include the homeless man. But anyway, it's crazy, man. How comfortable. I mean, the story is just absolutely ridiculous. His last name all over TNR friends family list. So yeah, he suspect Tom something. His name is all over TNR's family and friends list. You talking about Patrick? I was told that that's a dope town and that came from somebody that lives there. Wow. I mean, it don't surprise me. It sounds like they got a lot of homelessness going on in that area. Why is Wes all over TNR Friends FB page? Just saying. Well, I mean, it's clear that he know them. They like it sounds like everybody that's involved was friends. And yeah, he ain't homeless. But we gotta keep calling him homeless for the sake of, you know, people understanding who we talking about. He is the homeless guy of this case. And he got homeless tendencies. I mean, I personally don't know nobody that get out their bed and go hold a homeless sign and sit there all day. But, you know, that's some real loser activity, I tell you. That's some real loser activity. Yeah, that's horrible. He definitely that. He sounded like that in both interviews, but he did seem like he was telling the truth. And when he was lying, you could tell. Like when he asked, you know, what was their race? And the way he started that out, like you could tell he's lying. He's a horrible liar. You know, junkies probably is brutally honest because they high half the time. They don't give a damn what they saying or how you feel about it. So they be honest, right? So, I mean, he's obviously, if he's all over that page, right? He must be related to them somehow. You see what I'm saying? The reason why this junkie was chosen. He must know all parties that will compel him to tell this lie for them. Plus, he said he didn't want his family to get hurt. He said that. I don't want my family to get hurt, you know? Hold on.
And I know he didn't know nothing about the vape store because he said, you said he went to the vape store?
Yeah.
Like he repeated it, you know, and I said, oh my God, I messed up because I should have told him that. I should have just left it, you know, because they used it to their advantage. I was like,
you trying to help though. You can
exactly.
Figure the thing out.
Yes. Am already out? I'm thinking it's after y'all met.
It was after because the way they showed us everything was in still pictures, or there's one long video of him walking back and forth from the truck.
Yep. They didn't have no other no.
And see, I thought it was suspicious too because they got him going to the truck stop. They got him going in and getting something to eat. They got him coming out with the food. They got him sitting in the truck for like an hour. They got him leaving with truck and trailer. But then the next video we see is no trailer, just a truck at Walmart. And then the next video we see no trailer, just a truck pulling into TNR. So where's the video of him parking a trailer at TNR? Where's that video?
And I know he didn't know nothing about the vape store because he said, you said he went to the vape store?
Yeah.
Like he repeated it, you know.
Yeah, where is that trailer? So, I mean, y'all see what he said. It was so confusing. You know, I'm going to still have to break that down and listen again to try to match it up with the timeline. But would it be in bits and pieces, man? We don't know what time frame they got these bits and pieces from. And it's really frustrating. It's infuriating. And I mean, disgusting. These people, like, to tell these lies with a straight face and to be apologetic knowing that you don't mean nothing. Like, when I seen that press conference, I knew. Like, because I'm like, no, why is he so offended? Why is he being so defensive? You know, all the words that he was saying was unacceptable.
They jump from Walmart to him driving down the road with just the truck and bagging in the TNR to the trailer. The trailer was already over there.
The trailer, so they did show the trailer on the thing.
Yeah, but not him actually coming in
with the trailer. Just him backing up to the trailer. So the trailer was already there. So where's the video? Since you got all of that, where's the video of him parking the trailer over there?
Yep.
And detaching and then leaving going to Walmart. Where's that footage?
None of that.
We don't have all the videos.
Absolutely. I said, this is all y'all have. I said, y'all, we left there more confused than when we came.
Exactly.
Question him about the date and the time that was on the video.
And he kind of scrambled through, like, sometimes they put the day before the month and the time kind of, I said, no, bro, I think I caught that, and y'all slipped up on that.
Because like they mashed
I asked him about the time. He was trying to rewind some to show us Javion walking from the truck to the front of, like, to the main road. And he sat out there. He said he sat out there for like 5-10 minutes, and he said it like he was casing it in place. And I said, no, he was looking for something or somebody. Yeah. Like, and then he walked back to the truck.
So they showed the video of him walking to the street,
to the main street, yeah.
Yep. And then so he was walking back because if you know y'all been listening, they said somebody put a lock on this.
Exactly. Yeah. So he kind of further explains me. He looking for some help. Like,
he looking like who
put this lock on my trailer?
Yep.
And what time was that? Like, what time did they say that was?
He said that was at like 6 something.
Yeah, I think
because he said he walked back to the truck at 7 and cut the truck on, and then the truck cuts off at 7:30, and then he walks to the tree line. You can barely see him go over there, but he walks over there, and then we don't have him on video no more after that.
Yeah, there was a trailer or something blocking the camera, so you couldn't see over there. Just conveniently blocking the camera.
And I asked him why we don't have the camera from the garbage disposal place right next door.
Yeah.
Why would y'all choose the gas station way across the street?
Where we couldn't hardly see videos or clips.
They jumped from Walmart to him driving down the road with just the truck and bagging in the TNR to the trailer.
Make that make sense. Do it make sense? And then after backing in to the trailer, backing in to get his trailer, he then parking there and idling his truck and walking back and forth. And how do we get there? Like, either he leaving or he gone. Like, make that make sense. But we ain't gonna forget what this man
try to go around to the back and turn his truck around to the lane.
Okay.
So the person that he asked for help. You know what I mean? Because he walked up there. You understand what I'm saying?
He walked up where?
Right in the front.
Okay.
So then, you know, and then asked for help to get his truck parked. You know what I mean? Try to go around to the back and turn his truck around.
I understand the loss. I feel gratitude, condolences, not gratitude, but condolences go out to the family. But I asked them to slow down, to pump their brakes, to slow that train down that's left the station, about the Vance County Sheriff's Office, and definitely want to clear that the Henderson Police Department has nothing to do with this investigation whatsoever. This incident is clearly out in the county under the jurisdiction of the sheriff, which is myself and my deputies and investigators. I understand.
His truck, how far was he from where his truck was parked?
Oh, I said 30 yards, 30, 40 yards from where his truck was in a fenced-in area, and he was on the outside of the fenced-in area where a tree was at.
His truck
here at the sheriff. I'm sorry that the family wasn't awarded that opportunity to view their son or their loved one. Not a natural circumstance, but in a normal circumstance where someone is deceased and taken to a local hospital, the family are awarded that opportunity to go to the hospital, to the emergency room, or either some other form of fashion so they can view the body and identify the person. This young man was not disfigured in any form or fashion. The picture ID that we took, the picture that we'd taken of him was a possibility you could identify as being your child, or identify someone who knew that could identify that picture.
So where is he now then?
His body is at the medical examining office being autopsied.
For the autopsy?
Yes, sir.
And do we know when the results of that are going to come in?
Hopefully today, here at the sheriff.
Do we know, the last people who were in contact with him, or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we do not. Other than apparently being at Walmart distribution.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Walmart store.
You said he was just sitting up against the tree?
With his back up against the tree.
Okay, and the rope was just around his neck?
Yes, sir.
Was it tight?
I did not pay attention personally. I cannot comment on that.
Okay. Do we know, the last people?
He can't comment on that, but he know everything else. He's so sure about everything else, but he don't know that part. Man, listen. How do you... He asked him about... Let's hear this one more time. The first part. Hold on.
Do we know, the last people who were in contact with him, or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we do not.
How do you not know, sir? How? Hold on.
Do we know, the last people who were in contact with him, or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we do not. Other than apparently being at Walmart distribution.
That's all you know. You skipped the 911 caller who was a witness. You skipped the lawn people who was a witness. They should have told you a story before Walmart. The people that found him, the people that called. But you didn't start there. That don't even make sense to me.
Do we know, the last people who were in contact with him, or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we do not. Other than apparently being at Walmart distribution.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Walmart store.
You said he was just sitting up against the tree?
With his back up against the tree.
Okay, and the rope was just around his neck?
Yes, sir.
Was it tight?
I did not pay attention personally. I cannot comment on that.
Okay. Do we know, the last...
Why is he commenting on anything? Because technically he wasn't there, right? Or did he come on the scene? I don't know. I didn't hear. I didn't see his name on nothing. They pulled that boy out of his truck. Freaks come out at night. Allegedly, according to the lady. That's what she said. And it don't sound too far-fetched either. Not at all. And then he talking about call him 24/7. We'll come meet you. And I heard the father say that they don't answer the phone. They can't get a hold of him. I heard Tierra and Marcus say that they had talked to these people a good 5 times. And they never told them all of this stuff. They added later. They added things later, all of the stuff around him, because they said there wasn't nothing around his body and all of the stuff. No foul play, no this, no that. And then they come up with all of this extra stuff once they get there. That's what they said. So make any of that make sense. Nothing does, y'all, but I'm telling you, this is the most sense that we can make out of it. And then that bombshell call that Taylor put out. Wow. I had so much I wanted to do today, but after I left somewhere, helping somebody else dream, I had to come straight here and talk about this because I couldn't complete my day right without coming in. Because that really blew me away. And now I'm just asking for, law enforcement to do your job. Do the right thing. Nobody is above the law. The thing that really blows me away is how they want you to say something. When you see something, you say something. You actually get in trouble for not saying something. You could be in prison for not telling on somebody and you knew, right? But they got the good old boy system. And some of these people, it ain't some of them. If you are law enforcement and you are doing things like this makes you worse than the criminals that you lock up. And it's absolutely disgusting. I feel like whatever punishment the average criminal gets, they should get it tenfold because they are to be held at a higher standard with a badge and a gun, and you got control of everybody's life, but you're doing this. Like, it's unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable. And I pray that Javion, this happening to Javion, bring down every single department and business involved. I really do. Deeply. Because it is so crystal clear that people should be in the interrogation room right now. Fast speed. I'm wondering who these two females is that I can clearly see. The one I'm not sure. I don't know. But this one, the newer one that I see, is definitely a female. This other one, it looked like it's something on their head. It looked like, I mean, they could be in uniform. Somebody else said in one of my comments, there's like, that person that you think is a female, I think that's a sheriff holding a towel. Now, I definitely don't see that. But that's what they see. But when I could zoom in, I could make that come up closer to look, but I just seen what I seen, and you know, I don't know though. I can't explain it, but it's there. It's there, and it do almost look like a hologram or something. You know, maybe it is something demonic. I don't know. Yeah, the circles. The picture you circled. Yep. The one circled. So it's one in front of the tall guy and there's one behind him. The one behind him, I just noticed that day that I was looking at it again. I was looking for scars on this guy's face. Let me put the video in. Maybe it'll look better to people looking at it. Where's the video? Wait a minute, I thought I had it. There it is. Yeah, so you'll be able to see. Oh, shoot, I got to move it. Oh, that's good. Let me look at this phone. Yeah, you'll be able to see it better once it gets right on her. But yeah, it looked like this person in the front got something on their head. It looked like a woman because it looked like I see breasts. Then I see another row, and then I see, the hand going straight down. This the other female that it was on, it looked like either a white woman or mixed. Looked like a ponytail, bang, kind of smoothed over, but back. I could literally see that person's face. I'm gonna work on that. Maybe I'll bring the face closer. Let's take a closer look. Because I promise y'all, like, when I first seen that, I thought that it was part of the vehicle. I did. I thought that was like the white part of the vehicle going down. But I was looking at that and literally, I didn't see it. And then I like opened it and I'm like, wait a minute. What is that? Heck, I noticed it. That's me noticing it right there. Then I was trying to look, is this a woman or a man? You know, at first it looked like it was a scarf around their neck, but I don't know what's around their neck, but their hand is up to their mouth. I see a weapon, fist balled up right there. They doing some hard thinking. And I can't explain the photo or the image behind it that I don't show that a lot because, But one of the things that I do want to know, because I know according to like the paper and all of that stuff, they said Javion had on the same thing. I heard the sheriff say that. I think he had on the same thing he had on at Walmart. But if you look at the figure at the bottom, I don't see nothing white. He had on black and white shorts. The lines were white at the bottom. I think it was like 2 lines at the bottom of his shorts. But I don't see those lines right here. So that's why I want to know, what did he have on when they seen the pictures of the crime scene. I'm very curious to know that. Dang, I'm getting hot. Hold on. Very curious to know that. Dang. Okay. The devil in disguise. Was the parents notified ahead of Taylor showing that video? I'm not sure. They will be here tomorrow, though. You can see him. Amen. Wait a minute. Please smack the thumbs up if y'all didn't. I'm looking like how many thumbs up I got. And thank y'all for hitting the reactions. I see y'all. I can see y'all hitting the reactions. And shout out to the 80 people in the building. Thank you for the 65 thumbs up. Can y'all make the thumbs up match the people? What's the loop at the bottom of what the middleman is holding? The loop at the bottom. All I see on the middleman, I can't tell if they holding something or not, but to me, I don't know. They could be holding something black. I didn't look. To me, it looked like they just had their fist balled up at their side. But why is they hand straight down at their side like that? I do see a weapon, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. You talking about what's in the person's hand? I hadn't looked at that. Right away when I seen this picture, I seen a hand going straight down, fist balled up, a weapon. Then I looked up, because I'm like, I was trying to figure out why people thought they was cops. But, this guy, the tall guy, I just thought he was the security for TNR. Still don't know who that guy is, but he do look like the son. So, I mean, and then he shared a post talking about, hug your kids, hold your kids tight. You never know when they might get eaten or something like that. Very something like that. Shared that the same day that Javion was found. Yeah, they said 3 cops. Yep, they did. And he do look like a cop. So that's why I was like, maybe they just thought he was a cop and he got on a security outfit. Maybe, I don't doubt that these people dress up like that so they can be mistaken for cops, so they could do whatever they want to do. Obviously, though, the older guy that said that Javion was saying, just let me call my mom, he thought they was somebody of authority at first. You don't ask the person robbing you to let you call your mom. So Javion thought they were of authority. So, if we are to believe what the man said, which we do. And for the people that might not know, he has resurfaced. So I'm happy to know that he's okay. But I will find out if they've seen it. They watch all of our videos, so I'm sure that they've seen the video. And Taylor might have contacted them and let them know what he heard, because he did say that he was wrestling with releasing it or not, and I didn't know how long he had known that, but that's something that he just recently found out, according to what they were saying. So it sounded like he sat on it for a couple of days and thought about it, and it's just like, 2 black men, 2 totally different results. Thank you for the 73 thumbs up. So on one phone it say I got 79 people. The other one say, they both say 79 again. Can I get 79 thumbs up? The thumbs up is so important, y'all. So 2 callers with the same story. Well, now 3. Who is the third one? Oh, you talking about the unbeknownst, the one. Yeah, 3 stories that ain't matching the timeline, ain't matching what the sheriff is saying, and somebody got some splaining to do. Don't y'all think? Somebody should be explaining themselves right now. There's a whole lot of suing that can happen. Parents need to apply pressure. Corey Magee said, concrete evidence now. They got a concrete witness. Let's go. Exactly. Yep. And he was there. He was there. I would have loved to hear a description of what he's seen, though, because he said the SHIT out of him, right? And the mother said that she could tell, looked like his lip was busted down to the white meat. That's what she said. So they covered it up, but it was still evident. But for them to not be able to see their son until the day that he was at the dang on funeral is unacceptable to me. I know the stepmom did see him prior to them seeing him. I don't remember exactly where she was, but nobody's seen him naked. That's how he needed to be seen. I'm talking about everything. So you really don't know what he went through. A shipload of explaining. Exactly. Yes, after today. That's because they was fixing him up. Exactly. Yep. That's crazy. Like, I know somebody had called in and said that they lost their husband some kind of way. And the funeral person, the mortician, I guess, told her that he looks a lot better than what he did. Like, and so we know that they can fix the bodies up. That's what they do. But yeah, I mean, but the sheriff told on himself. If he was the one that told them, I don't know who was a person that told them you don't want to see him like this. All of these different COVID restrictions first out your mouth. That was just weird. I can tell y'all from sitting here and reporting crime, one of the signs that I'm hearing from everybody is that they have an attitude with you. They don't want to talk to you. They short with you. And yeah, everything that the sheriff displayed is how they act. That's how they treated Carmen concerning Jelani Day. I'm gonna have to think. Shoot, those are Jelani Day. Shoot, that might be the only case I got into like that. Didn't know. We didn't know what the case was at first. Jelani is all over, he got some recording, footage and stuff too. But anyway, it's just that is one of those are the signs though, y'all. They don't want to talk to you. They don't. I remember Marcus saying that I think it was Marcus that said they had to get Dr. Candace Matthews to call this bishop guy to call them back. And she was on the phone with him. He said he was doing other cases. Like, wow. Like, what about this case? It's sad. Then you got the sheriff call me 24/7 and I ain't picking up the dang on phone. Call you 24/7. Pick up the phone. How do you talk to somebody 5 times and they not mention all of this stuff that they end up finding out about later? A family said under Vance County Sheriff post, couldn't they see Javion? We saw our little brother the night before. They hang up as soon as you ask about Javion. For real? Wow. That's sad. That's really sad. I guess that's what they've been told. Hang up soon as somebody calls. Like, they don't want to hear. Everybody should call at the same time. Let their phones keep ringing. They can't take them off the hook. They got to keep answering the phone. I'm just saying. Like, we want answers. And I ain't asking nobody to harass nobody. Just call and find out what they, he said, call him 24/7. Hold on, where's that at? Because I come with receipts and I don't make the stuff up.
His truck, how far was he from where his truck was parked?
Oh, I understand the loss. I feel gratitude, condolences, not gratitude, but condolences go out to the family. But
do we know, the last people who were in contact with him or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we did not.
What's your message to the family? I mean, obviously, regardless of what this was, I mean, they're thousands of miles away in Chicago. You get news that, your son is found near a tree in the middle of North Carolina.
Be patient. Call us 24/7. Vance County Sheriff Office, 252-738-2200. I'm Sheriff Curtis Rain. Call me or one of my investigators. And any time of day or night, we will come in. We will meet you here at the Sheriff's Office.
What's your message to the family? I mean, obviously, regardless of what this was.
How did we go from all that to being hung up on as soon as you say Javion? What?
And his truck, how far was he from?
That don't even make sense. We can't believe nothing. All this gaslighting and lying. You called twice? That's sad. That's really sad. Javion walked into a trap. That's exactly what it's looking like. You sent me a copy? Of what? Let's see. Yeah, I have to read that later because it don't look like it got nothing to do with Javion. Roadblocked. No investigation, or they don't care. You don't understand ish. What the heck? Yep, that's exactly what he said. Call 24/7. If they ain't there, they will come there and meet you. And now I got people in the chat saying they hang up soon as you say Javion. And the family can't get a hold of nobody either. They ain't trying to talk to them either. This is not limited to anyone.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Miss B. Hey. That screenshot, that's under the Vance County Sheriff's Department. When everybody's saying justice for Javion, you go back down to 5 weeks ago, because that's how long it's been. Some little boy, or it's a teenager or young adult, says, why wasn't this family, remember how Tara and they said they could not see their family?
Right.
Okay, this kid comes on and says that. That's a screenshot I sent to his dad.
Oh, okay.
Thumbs up.
So I just didn't see the part that said Javion.
Yeah, I was texting it through the chat, but you couldn't read it. But that's what I was getting at, is that somebody commented, why couldn't they see him the next day when we just was in that morgue the night prior to see our little brother?
Oh, the same place that they said that is not set up that way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I had to make clear because it was about Javion.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks. All right.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
But yeah, that is crazy. I mean, that's something that I had never heard. But with the distance between the family and the fact that they wasn't gonna be there right on the spot, they said that. Like, where? I mean, come on. But that's what I'm saying. That's what makes me feel like it's an easy lick. They pretty much know, allegedly, people pretty much know how it's gonna work when you're not a local. And then they can tell you anything because you're not used to, different things, depending on where they are, they operate different and stuff. So you can tell out of towners anything. They, yeah, easy lick. I already talked about that though. And it's sad. It really is. Diamond told HPD they unalived Javion. She did. Hey, Diamond ain't scared. She more brave than the guy cutting the grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so worried, man. So, no, man. It took me back to the plantation, and I ain't even never been there. It just reminded me of some old massa and slavery type ish. Like, damn your brother. Let's protect these people and my business. I don't know how these people sleep well at night. I really don't. I don't see how you don't toss and turn. I feel like God is putting this on your heart to do the right thing. Because what's so funny to me is that the same person that's saying F Javion want us to give a damn about Quentin. That's the part that's just crazy to me. You can't compare the two. Both of them had birthdays. Both of them was at work. Both of them, got lives and, whatever. I don't know nothing about Quentin. But I'm just saying, come on. Come on. Yes, BFF. What are you talking about, dude? You can't believe none of the story. You just can't. It's like you gotta believe something, because we gotta believe something to even be able to talk about it. I believe Walmart. I believe the Walmart distribution, and I believe he put in T&R. I don't believe the time frames, and I don't believe nothing else, but I do believe that. I believe he put in T&R. I believe he was at the Walmart. Let me say in that order. I know he drove, you know what I'm saying, all the way from wherever they said he was at to Henderson. We know he got there and he went to Walmart. I believe that. I believe he went to T&R right after that. After that, I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, I don't know what happened when he got to T&R, because we got bits and pieces that the family, the parents seen, so we believe that. He was there because it was on camera. But after that, nope. And I also believe that whoever did this was very comfortable in their BS. That's why they did it. Because apparently they've done it before. But I just want to know why was they so sure the people that found them wouldn't say something opposite of them? And what was that conversation like? Because if they found them, then they would need to stick around until the police get there so they could question them. So I just wonder that part. Like, because I remember Taylor saying that, what's his name? They got the hell out of there, after they found them. The owners called and they got the hell out of there. But they couldn't have if it's like getting into an accident, right? Like, you usually hang out for when the police get there so they could find out what you seen. Like, those would be the first people that they would get a statement from. But when we just heard the sheriff say he ain't know a damn thing except for Walmart. That's all he knew. He ain't know nothing about, like, that. That don't even make sense when we read what do you do in an investigation. Getting witness statements is something that you do. You arrive on the scene and find out what happened. How did you see? What was? Yeah, all that. But the sheriff didn't know nothing but Walmart. Oh, and the homeless man story gave every dime he had. Every dime. That tells us that he was gonna do this to himself. Just the dumbest story we all ever heard. It's just really sad. But shoot. We gonna be back tomorrow, y'all, for sure. I guess I'm done hammering away, but justice for Javion. And we ain't stopping till he get it. This is ridiculous. But I am gonna start covering my other cases and stuff, though. It's some cases that I have to follow back up on, so I'm gonna start getting back into that. But I'm not gonna forget about Javion. We gonna keep following it as long as the family is fighting. Like my adrenaline for this leaves when the family stop fighting. I remember with the Kanika Jenkins case, I was so into it, and I cried when they stopped the protest. The mother fell out with the activists. I was losing sleep over that in 2017. And after that mother did that and had, everybody crying, it was just really emotional. I watched it for about maybe another day, and I just had to leave it alone because it just got crazy. People got upset that she took money and all of that kind of stuff, and it's just I can't follow all the confusion because I'm a receipt type of person. If people are talking about all this crazy stuff, I just can't get what people like to blame the parents, and I've heard of people doing that in this very chat, in other chats, blaming the family, the parents. It's crazy. You never know, who you talking to on this platform or what they really believe. But I don't believe in attacking parents when they lose their child. None of the evidence that I've been looking at point at the parents. None of it. And you would never hear me blame them for this. I think it's ridiculous and disgusting. Who did it was only who did it was not only comfortable but darn right heartless. Exactly. And that 911 call matched that description. It did. I mean, cold. Confident, but heartless. Yeah. The same person that was hugging the family.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, I think he's dead.
Breathing? Okay.
No, it don't look like it. No, he was dead.
Okay. Alright, guys.
I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there.
Okay. Is he awake? Okay. And are you with him now?
Yeah.
I'm just putting everything. Everybody's already dispatched out there, and okay, you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got everybody on the way. Is there a defibrillator available?
He's calling himself. Yeah, he's gone. I ain't touched him. I ain't been around him yet. I mean, I've been close enough. I don't see him breathing at all.
Okay. Alright, and
no, it ain't no detail around here.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, and are you with the...
One thing that I remember Marcus saying is that he shook this man's hand. He said that he was red the whole time, his face, his ears. But one thing he said is that, he said, yeah, something about being sorry for their loss and all of this stuff. And he said something about it's crazy around here. If y'all going with the self-unaliving, sir, and you done said that 4-5 times on the 911 call, what do it being crazy out here have to do with somebody deciding to take their own? That don't go together. Neither does nail clippings and essay kits. But I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Shoot, it's been almost 3 hours. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Y'all please stick around for when this ends so y'all can hit notifications on the live for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Javion's mom and stepdad. He shook 2 of them. Or 2 was in the room. That's the same voice. Yeah, it was people in the background. Oh, he shook 2 of them. Shook 2 of their hands. Yep, that's the same voice as far as the guy talking is distorted. Yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And Kanika Jenkins, we were talking about for a few seconds. Her mom took hush money. She stopped protesting. Yes, I was so hurt about that. And the activists was too. They was in tears. I was sitting up there crying with them. I'm like, why would she do that? But I still didn't attack her. I just stopped covering the case. I mean, not covering it because I wasn't doing crime in 2017. But that is the case that got me very intrigued. And I learned a lot about what was going on in Chicago. And I just started covering stuff from Chicago. And I followed Jedediah Brown through that. Despite what people were saying about him, he still gave good coverage, and he was the best person. He was the best source. He knew how to hold his dang on camera, and he was the man, the action man. So I couldn't see myself following nobody else. And when he wasn't there, it was just like, man, who is this person with this phone? Like, man, yeah, y'all can't say Jed wasn't the best, didn't have the best coverage out there. But it's sad. I mean, I can't explain why she did it, but if they literally wasn't gonna do nothing else with that, because they said she walked in there by herself, and that's a whole mess. But Trey Gang, he got that all covered over there. He's still covering it. Was still 400-500 in the chat, here recently, covering the Kanika Jenkins case. So I agree, people in the background. Yeah, it's definitely people in the background. But that's why I'm curious to know if the lawn care people stuck around. Who was that saying OF? And it was shortly after, he said what was going on, the scenario and all that. So very interesting. But okay, I did say bye, y'all. Thank y'all again for hanging out, and we will be back tomorrow, as I already mentioned. Y'all have a great rest of the day, and see y'all tomorrow. I ain't nowhere near my exit either. I hate when I do that. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you. That's crazy. So did say that. Yeah, Pep, dropping them good members emojis. Drop them if you got them. Yeah, whole mess. Let's go. Yeah. Crazy. Sad. Peace and love, y'all. We out.